Hello friends. I kind of sound like Little Bill for a minute. That's kind of funny. So this is a little different, a little calmer. I'm just finishing up this blanket that I'm making for Thanksgiving, and I was like, let me chat about it. Let me chat about this that's been kind of bothering me for a while. So I may stop or start, but this is kind of like keeping my mind a little focused right now. And it's got to do with comparison, which has been a huge struggle for myself going through this crochet journey. Not sure if anyone else has been going through this problem. Like when you start crocheting, like in the beginning, you look at all these videos, they're all cool, like crochet dress, and it's all like va boom, and the only thing you can make is like a rectangle and 2 sleeves, and then boom, cardigan, boom, top, like this, which is totally fine. But my issue is that I keep comparing myself, and I'm like, why can't I make what they make? So this is kind of like a rant for myself, like that I need to breathe. You know what I mean? Like I need to breathe and just be like, hey, be proud that you was even able to make X, Y, and Z, right? So my recent video where I was showing you guys my crochet projects and everything that I made in a year or so. I didn't really have like a time frame because it was kind of in and out. Like I'm not super focused on crochet, but like now I'm really trying to get back into the groove of things. Because I was kind of taking a hiatus on it for a minute while I was focusing on my sewing business. But I was like, oh, all I do is sew. I don't really have a hobby, because sometimes when you do something that you used to enjoy but then it turns to business, it kind of gets stale. So like I have a lot of sewing projects that I do want to do, but like I do get drained sometimes when I'm just making straight bonnets. So crocheting is one of the things that I like to do, right? So let me just get back to what I was talking about before. So recently I showed a video of all my makes, right? And I looked at the video just because I was like, dang, I was low-key grilling myself. Like, it was kind of awkward, but I was like, oh my gosh, like, girl, it looks good. You look good. Like, but I don't know, maybe I was just like kind of embarrassed because there's some thick threading and all that stuff. And then there was one comment that I seen, and I was like, ooh, okay, valid. She like read me, and I'm like, ooh, well, I kind of need to sit into that, And I was just thinking to myself, when you look up crochet either on TikTok or YouTube, what are the things that you see? You see all these amazing makes, right? Beautiful dresses, like these different stitchings, and you're like, dang, why can't I make that? Okay, maybe I'm just calling myself out. I'm like, dang, why can't I make that? And I'm just here to just kind of put that out there and be like, am I the only like person who's thinking like that? And why does it bother me so much? And I really, really, really want to get out of that. Like, for example, like this. I've never made a granny stitch blanket, right? And I'm like, okay, well, now that I know how to do the granny square stitching, let me, make a big project out of it. And I like wanted to stop because I went on TikTok and I saw that there was this beautiful, it was like a flower top. I'm actually working on like a work in progress on the same person, the creator who actually made the pattern. It's like this really cute flower top, and I was like, oh my gosh, I want to make that. But then I'm like, no, work on what you have now and then do something new like that. Because the only reason why I want to do it is just so I can be like, ooh, look at my new skills. But it's like, start in increments. Like, that's my issue. I need to like actually just start a project, finish it, up my skill some, do that project with the new skill, and then finish it. But no, I just keep starting and starting and starting and starting, and it's like, oh, it's like I'm going kind of crazy. Like, I cannot be the only one that's like that. But it just got to the point where like I just want to like I don't know, like it just got to the point where like I am like getting on myself way too hard, and I kind of need to simmer back. I know it's just kind of all over the place, but I was like, good grief, like why am I going so crazy? And then on top of that, like this is another thing that was really bad. It's a water bottle holder with a little strap. I actually got that from someone. I ordered it from an internet friend on Etsy, right? Super cute, right? And I remember I was out in the park with my friend and I brought it with me. And she was like, oh my gosh, that's so cute. Wow, you're really good at crocheting. Like, you've really gotten better. And I was like, thanks. And I was like, dang, should I like tell her? Cause when she said like you got better, that she's under the assumption that she thinks that I made it. So I like low-key played with it and I was like, yeah girl, like I made it, you know, I'm really good at it. And then she was like, well, can you make me one? And it kind of put me on the spot because I'm like, you know, sure. So yeah, that was really bad. And here, hold on. This is as far as I got. And I mean, no, it's not bad, don't get me wrong, but like there's a portion where you're supposed to put like the roses and stuff. I watched so many videos on how to do that and I was like, ugh. So yeah, I ended up telling her like, hey, I didn't make that, sorry. She's like, no, it's fine. And I can just tell her, she's like, why you had to lie about something simple like that? But I'm like, I don't know why I lied about something simple like that. Like, just be like honest, it's okay. Because this little thing right here, I'm gonna use this for something. Shoot, I probably will put, what is it called, a koozie? I'll like make that into like a freaking koozie. So yeah, I don't know. Oh, and I'm like not even crocheting at all, but that's been bothering me for a while. Just, I wish I can just learn how to take my time, because I don't want to end up not enjoying this process of crocheting, because I actually really enjoy this. It's nice that I can do something to pass on time, you know, like if I'm with my fiance and he's playing a video game, this is something that I can just take with me, watch him play video games, you know, have some quality time while I'm doing something that I enjoy. He's doing something that he enjoys. I'm not having to bring around a big old sewing machine everywhere I go. I mean, you can do hand stitching, but who's got time for that, right? So sorry for the rant, guys. I just really had to like let all that out while I was thinking about it, because I'm like, that's embarrassing how hard I was going on myself. And I'm like, it honestly, all those makes didn't even look that bad. So I'm like, girl, please, like, you need to really give yourself like, what is it, a pat on the shoulder. I've done pretty well getting back into crocheting from my hiatus, you know, and I really need to just harness the skill first before I work on another project. So yeah, if you actually stayed this far, kudos to you, because yeah, I'm a rambler, if you haven't noticed. Still trying to get used to being on camera here, but this is like a diary for myself, like a video diary for myself, to be like, wow, I used to be a little crazy, a little paranoid, but you know, self-reflection is a nice thing. And I cannot be the only one who kind of goes through that. I feel like anybody who's a beginner at anything, you know, social media is really hard not to look at and compare yourself. I mean, you've probably heard that all the time. Social media is bad, social media is bad. Like, some social media is good, because like, if it wasn't for social media or the internet, like, you know, I probably wouldn't be able to pick up on this again. So super grateful for that. But, you know, there's cons, like, you know, getting through that beginner stage and looking at other people's work and being like, oh my gosh, you know, like, I'm never gonna get to that point, because they've probably been doing it for years and years and years. That's kind of how I felt. This is going towards sewing, but if you haven't seen a show called Project Runway, oh my gosh, I want to be a contestant so bad, even though my sewing was trash, which, like, that's not being negative. I'm just saying, like, it was really bad, because I was like, I don't know, 15 years old watching that show, you know, and so I was like, I'm never gonna get to that point. They probably started when they were 10 years old, you know. And then there was actually one contestant who literally started when she was like 45. So, but little old me wasn't really thinking about that. I was just thinking the extreme of no one can get to that point. If you do, you have to drop everything in life and just focus. And I don't have time. Like, I literally got off work. I ain't gonna hold you. I was at work and I was thinking about crocheting. That's how bad, or that's how much I like enjoy it. So that's a good feeling, and I want to keep that feeling, honestly. It's like a love, like a new love, right? You just feel so excited to see that person. Okay, I'm not trying to be weird, but I'm just saying, like, you watch a lot of videos about it, and then when you get to go home, you get to see it, and then you get to do it. Not like that, but you get to, you know, enjoy, like, let's just get back to crocheting. You get to enjoy crocheting, and then that little monster of, what is it, compulsiveness is like, let me see that new project that this girl worked on, or girl or guy worked on, and you're like, I don't want to do it. Like embroidery, I really want to try that, but let me finish what I'm working on first before I start on that. Like, I feel like I'm gonna call myself out on this channel. Like, if you see me pop out something new, I feel like I'm gonna have that feeling where people are gonna be like, wait a minute, didn't you say you were gonna work on so-and-so first, or have so-and-so finish first before you work on it? I just wish I could be like a cute little grandma that just sits in a corner with a cat and just crochets all day. Like, that'd be nice. And see, this is the kind of feeling that you'd want from something, you know? Like super calming, super just go with the flow kind of thing. Like, it'd be cool if I could like learn how to do this and look forward, but yeah. I feel like I've seen a person do that. Or like they'll crochet with their eyes closed, which we know you don't want to see that. This is coming out super cute though. Like, I'm super excited. I don't know what I'm gonna do. I feel like I'm gonna make it like something that you can put over the couch. I'm not too sure, but I am pretty proud of it. But that was all. That was a rant about just like comparing yourself. Like, just stop comparing yourself. It's not that big a deal. Everyone has their own process of learning things, and everyone has their own time frame on achieving their own goals. But just try not to make, you know, astronomical goals in a short period of time. Just go by increment. Like, sometimes it's nice to take baby steps before big hops, because big hops you could fall flat on your face. At least on a teeny step, if you fall, it'll be like a little ow, you know, not a. So that probably didn't make sense, but it made sense to me. So thank you guys for listening. I'm just gonna finish up on this, and I'll talk to you guys later. Toodles!